This is my new Hobie Mirage Sport kayak, and I'm trying to mount a fish finder on this. They have these nice Lowrance ready plates, but many of us have Garmin. So here's a Garmin EchoMap 53 transducer. It's the same as a lot of the EchoMap series. And you can see that this is the transducer mounting plate. I actually used to use it on my float tube, and for that I had to take this one off. But I managed to find the box. I found this mount, and you can see how it would theoretically mount. If it was a Lowrance, these would fit right into there, but this is not going to fit right into there. So instead, what I'm planning on doing is, I've seen other people who have mounted these by either placing a block of wood or some stainless steel straps or something. So I've got two ideas here. One is simple, what they call plumber's tape here, that I can stretch across there and use to mount the screws. But the better idea, I think, is this is actually it's a mounting shim for a toilet. It's made of plastic, and I think I should be able to drill a couple of holes in there and cut it off, and I think that should be fine to be able to connect those two sides right there. So I'm gonna try to cut this and get back. This is the finished product. I used this plastic toilet shim, cut out little rectangular pieces of it, drilled one hole in each end, and then use a 3/16 inch because the bolt that comes with the Hobie kayak is at least 3/16, so you're going to need that size hole. I first drilled them on this end and attached these with these mounting bolts that came with the Garmin EchoMap. And then I drilled these ones over here, and then I realized that if I didn't have something in the middle, it wasn't going to be able to cinch down on this thing. Not that it really is going to have a lot of stress, but I decided I'd throw in a little bit of 1-inch PVC. I would definitely, if you have the tools, these are great. Otherwise, you know, just use a hacksaw on a piece of PVC, or you could use a piece of wood and cut a hole in it, whatever you've got. So that tightens down on there. And then let's see what it looks like in place. So because this sticks out a little bit farther than the Lowrance, you can see that there's the tiniest edge is showing back there. But I don't think that's going to cause a problem. It's not going to expose it to any danger. And you can see the problem is that I've got it as close as I can to this, and it's still sticking out a little bit. I could have shaved off a little bit, but you know, that would have weakened the mounting, and I didn't really want to affect the Garmin's mounting. So I think this should be just fine. So next up is to route it through the holes and get it screwed in. Here's a view from the back side. So I've got all the cabling running down through that upper hole, and I'm going to attach it here, here, and here. You can see that it does stick out just a little bit here, but it's still protected by this plate here, so I don't think it should be a problem. Here we are on the top side of the kayak. Here's the cable that I just fished all the way through. And where it's got to go next is down into here, and then it's going to come out on one of the ports up front. So if only it were so easy as to just pull this out, you actually got to reach your arm from all the way over there to all the way over here. You can just barely do it. It's quite a reach. And undo this nut on the back side, okay? Then you've got to take out the plug. It's just a solid plug there. Okay, take out the solid plug. You got to find the plug that fits your cable as close as I can. This one's actually probably tiny bit big, but that's the smallest hole they have. So I'm going to cut that out, stick it in, and remount. All right, I've got all the cable fished through the hole over there. And a word to the wise, you can put this nut and the grommet on after you put the cable through, but you've got to feed it through this washer first. Otherwise, you're going to have to pull it all out and do it again. So now I'm ready to put that in, and I have to do the long reach to get this secured underneath. Okay, there's the view inside the kayak of the underside of the plug there with the nut. And you can see that the wire runs through the section here, and then it's actually going to go up. The wires pop out here through this grommet and this plug here, and I've got it through. One of their plugs has 2 holes in it, and they were just about perfect. And then this is the transponder unit, and then this is the power cable. So let me show you the other end of the power cable. I've actually got coming up through here, I put this bag around this connection here. I actually spliced it into a 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet so that I can easily swap the power. And in this case, I've actually got a very small 12-volt tool battery. It's for a Sears 12-volt Nextech. And I've got a couple other different batteries that are 12 volts. And I can actually keep it in this nice little dry tray here and close the hatch on it. So this should hopefully work out pretty well. This is an 8-inch piece of the Yaktrack, but it actually started out as a 16-inch piece. I found that I think that I paid $25 for the 16-inch piece, and well, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was a lot cheaper to buy a 16-inch piece and cut it in half than to buy 2 8-inch pieces. So I just used a hacksaw, and then I took an angle grinder with a sandpaper wheel on it, and it did a really nice job of meeting that curve. I'm about to do the same thing on this piece here. You can see that I've marked out. I just put the other piece over this to mark out exactly how I want to shave off. Very simple, very quick. Here is the 8-inch Yaktrack installed here. Now I did look up the prices. So for these two, this 16-inch piece, the 16-inch piece cost $35, but an 8-inch piece cost $25. So this would have cost $50 if I had bought them individually. Now, of course, the holes don't line up exactly, so I'm not sure which direction I want to put this. But I'm going to secure that next. And then also, I had been planning on putting one back here, but I just realized it's actually a little bit too wide. Now, using that same angle grinder, I could probably grind off enough from that corner and in the middle to make it fit. But I think for now, I'll go ahead and mount one on the right side and one on the left side, and then see if that does the trick for me. So they want you to use a 1/8-inch drill and drill a hole, and then these thread forming screws do the rest of the work. So I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to do 4 holes for now. This is my Garmin EchoMap 53DV, which I'd like to mount onto my kayak yak strip there. And the way it's supposed to be done is you use this gear head adapter here, and then onto that gear head adapter you put this, which slides into that gear head adapter and then provides a platform, and then that platform connects into the bottom of this. There's a couple problems here. One is that that's gonna raise it up quite substantially, up to about here, and I think that's a little bit too tall. And the other is, I don't really need, it's a waste of money to buy this $15 gear head adapter and this $15 universal fish finder mount. So I was looking for an alternative solution. On the internet, I found a guy who had figured out that toilet seat bolts, like this one here, do fit into these Yaktracks. And he had figured out that if you use these flat caps down here, that you could glue the toilet bolt into the other side of it. And so that inspired me to play around with this, and I realized just by accident that if you cut this hole for the toilet bolt tight enough, you actually don't need a bolt. It actually locks in quite firmly. And then what I did is I got a cutting board from the dollar store, and I cut a hole just big enough to fit this plate right here. And so now, and this little washer in here, I don't have to glue that down. It's not gonna fall off, but it's just not on there very good. But with that washer in there, that allows me, just like on the on this one here, you can see there's actually a washer here. That gives me just enough room and just enough play to lock this thing in. Well, that washer is causing me some troubles, but okay, there we go. So now I can actually lock this plate in pretty darn good, okay? So that's a couple of dollars worth of hardware there. So I just have to now attach my mounting plate onto this piece of plastic, and then I should have a good solution, okay? Because this mounting plate here spins independently from the GPS, so I can swivel this thing around as I need it once I get that mounting plate on. So let me finish that up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's the final install. I've got it mounted here. It spins around freely. This still gives me ability to adjust it up and down, left and right. And then let me take this off here and show you. So the unit just pulls right off with this lever released. Okay, so this spins around, but this I can still grab and twist. And then this frees this up. Okay, so to summarize, we've got a toilet seat bolt. I got that at Home Depot. Actually, I'm not sure where I got those. Those are old. This cap here, you cannot find this cap at Home Depot, at least not my Home Depot. I had to go to a local other supplier that has other equipment. So this got this cap. I put a hose washer on here, and that's actually a fairly important thing. And then I've got the a dollar store plate here that is then I attach the base of the Garmin. The Garmin actually screws into this dollar store plate. You can see those screws sticking out. And then there's actually a bolt that comes up from the underside of here and is secured inside there. I don't think you can, I can't quite get the right angle to see that, but there's a screw head in there. Okay, and so all of that, that's, I don't know, maybe at most $5 worth of stuff, probably a lot less than that. And that replaces $30 worth of equipment. So we just slide it in there. I have to grab this plate down here to twist it. It's not too hard. And there I can spin it on there. So I think that's a pretty good way to mount your Garmin GPS to your Hobie kayak.